All right, good morning. Here for our Monday, August 24th, Board of Supervisor meeting. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda and the minutes?
I move to approve as presented.
Second. Motion second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Public comment, agenda items only. Moving on to new business, County Auditor.
Financial report, sir. Move to approve the claims as presented.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Any payroll?
We have the warrant register from 8/8/2026.
Move to approve payroll as presented.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Any drainage?
No new drainage report, no.
Looks like we need a motion to authorize the chair to sign the bond release for District 57. Anything to add?
This was the projects that the southern part of the county where they extended and kind of cleaned out the extension of Bailey's Creek there in that unnamed waterway. At the end of the warranty period, based on Tyler Conley's review, there's no warranty claims that need to be made. So this is just a formality to release the bond against them for any warranty work.
Move to have the chair sign the bond release as presented.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. Need a motion to move the September 7th meeting due to the holiday.
I move to move the meeting from the 7th to the 8th to Labor Day.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Brandon.
Good morning. Morning, sir. So I'll start off with my customary stuff's broken. The mower is still down, getting a bunch of bearing grease that we built on it. The other mowers are out mowing, so we have one down and three mowing. We got that new flail mower that's going to be back to the fence. We weren't exactly sure if it reached far enough or not. You guys love it, works great. So that mower is out and doing its job well. And give us another way to utilize that fence. That one usually pulls our batwing mowers, and it's very good at most of the paved roads, but it was not good on our gravel roads. And now we can do both, so we can just swap out the different mowers that are attached to it. So that's up and going. Number 69 is down currently for a diesel ignition fluid problem, but that'll be back up by the end of the day. And number 31, I had that engine rebuild done on it. It's back in service today too. So everything except for the mower should be up and running by the end of the day. So equipment wise, we're doing pretty good. Work wise this week, Clear Sanitary is going to be out South Shore, vacuuming out the filter boxes and the various intakes around South Shore out there just to keep the water flowing the way it's supposed to be. We don't do, yes.
So when will they do that again?
The vacuum of we do that
Twice a year.
Yeah. We try and do it twice a year on the intake and the filter box. So that's usually every year or two. That's what it's for.
Wondering as far as fall leaves, stuff like that, if this was a little earlier than they should.
We do it, since we do it twice, it works out fine. Usually the spring one cleans up whatever doesn't blow through in the fall time, and then the midsummer one just kind of helps keep it going. I'll wash in there throughout the summer. If we did it in the middle, I'm afraid it wouldn't quite as good, but I know we can always adjust it, but yeah, it seems to work like this when we do it this way. You guys are out fixing, there's 3 different guardrail that were struck by unknown parties that we're fixing. So that's one of those are always a big issue, trying to figure out how much you have to replace and how far it's got to go. And we're also doing repairs on washouts and 3 different culverts that are out there this week. And on top of that, they're doing the same mowing and grading, rock hauling, and removal stuff on top of that. But these are going to be those will be the oddball specific projects that will focus of the week. When it comes to the construction stuff, Lark Avenue is open. That project is fully finished. It got painted and opened, and it seems to be a pretty good project. Official documents and all that stuff will come to you guys still, but it's figured since it's open, I'll report to you that the project was complete, except we did work side and finish it up and bring that stuff back to you. While I was at ISAC on Wednesday, we had our bids come in for all the grader. We had, Murphy Tractor bid a John Deere and Ziegler's obviously bid the Caterpillar. The difference was $25,000 and Murphy was the low bid on that. The operator also agreed that he'd like to have, he currently drives the Caterpillar, but he tried all the graders and he ended up liking the John Deere one enough that he didn't think it was worth the $25,000 difference between the two to try and convince us to go that way. So I plan to move forward with purchasing the Murphy tractors grader for $450,000. We will auction off. We don't trade in anymore. It's just it doesn't line up well and they don't give us great trade-ins. It's not the greatest prices. So we will be auctioning off one of our spares. Sometime this probably spring or over the winter time, just depends on how this all lines up for snow equipment. We're probably going to use this grader through the winter just so he doesn't put the new service in the spring. It only takes about 3 months. So
How much do you have budgeted for that?
we budgeted $500,000 because I was assuming prices were not going to go in our favor. It ended up not too far off. Our last one was probably $435, so it wasn't too much different. I mean, $15,000 is a lot of money, but it wasn't much different as I expected it to be.
What else do you have coming yet as far as the budget?
The boom truck for the science department, that will be delivered in the very near future, so that's coming. I think that, can't remember what else we have. I think that might.
The two major pieces.
Yeah, because we're paying for one of the chassis from last year, and we have 2 dump boxes we have 2 dump trucks. So we have 2 chassis right now. We're gonna send those up to Chrysler in March. They're only giving us maybe hopefully have one of them done by July. So we'll see how that all works out. So I'd have to kind of scoot stuff around and plan by next year into this year's budget. And this stuff will roll over to next year. Just kind of depends on how the price of goes with that. So it's getting kind of interesting to get equipment. You know, there's time for frames don't work out the best a lot of times. I figured I'd give you an update on the 4-way stop sign. The whole setup we ordered, there was a hiccup in one of the control boards. It was going to take 16 weeks to get. We switched up the type of light for that intersection. We should hopefully get them in the next few weeks, like next 3 weeks instead. So my sign department's also getting new bases put in for whole setups. That as soon as we get the rumble strip drummed in, we'll be able to just set the signs at the same time. They're also working on getting a sign put up there just to bring awareness. Stop sign. If I give them a heads up that something's going on, I'll alert that if it actually happens. There was another thing I brought you guys a few weeks ago. The railroad approached us about doing a 50-50 agreement on 2 crossings. One of them is the diagonal crossing that's in Plymouth, and the other one is the line crossing just south of our office. They came back with estimates. 2 and 2 projects that cost about $260,000. So we'd be responsible for half of that, so $130,000 on each of those. To be honest with you, that one south of Lark affects me every single day. So the guys, everything, and I'm in very support of that one. And from talking to them, that one in Plymouth is not a great crossing either. It's not quite as bad as Lark, but it's pretty bad. So I guess I would support us spending the money to do these 50-50. When we go through the state program and get them replaced, we'll only pay 10%, not 50%. It might take 10 years to get a crossing replaced. Just get these done in May. So I guess I would say I would like to plan on doing a budget amendment to add these in and do a 50-50 agreement with the. So as long as you guys don't have any objections to that, I keep you posted on this some more. I'd like to move forward with that. I can have it as an official thing we vote on next week, but I'm just giving you a heads up what it is and kind of the costs. I only got the numbers back today on that, so I wasn't able to have an official agenda item for it, but I just wanted to let you know. It's on the fence, so I don't have anything on that. Nothing.
Scratch that one off here.
Yeah. Didn't respond to me on that. I sent an email out last week and I didn't get a response, so I'm gonna see. I'm guessing I have a person on vacation that email went to and they just didn't see it.
Talk to us about Rockwell.
Yep, good. Sorry, I forgot about that one. The solar project is officially done. Next week, I'll bring to you guys the second and final voucher on that. You guys, to sign paperwork to say that portion of the project is complete. I haven't got any dates as to when Larson's gonna move in, but I've been working with them on all the finalize the color schemes and getting them, tax exempt forms for their subs and for themselves. So I know they're working towards it. They want to be on site soon, but they haven't given me a date yet.
They want to get the slab poured before
Yes, they want
October.
all the underground stuff done, the slab for the building done, so they put an erection and have a cell closed in. It's not cell, closed in workplace for the winter time, shell, so.
Because on your building, we were mid-October or later and we had some issues, correct?
Yep, and I told them if they can get those approaches poured before, mid-October. So, and they were on board with that.
Anything else?
Yeah. How about the list? I know this is kind of a quiet time and I haven't asked you about it in quite some time, but the list that we
Yeah, the work.
worked on, right?
Yep.
We growing on that or we gaining on that? I mean, the guy's taking advantage of this slowdown time and.
Yeah, I mean, it's, to be honest, it builds up in the spring. And we're catching up to be even on it. We should be at least even at the total number by the end of the year.
Then we have some antiquated ones like we did last time.
There's always a few tough ones out there that either we're not.
Fairgrounds thing I forwarded
Yep.
you on there and you'll come back to us on your
I
thoughts.
believe at this point I do believe it's something we can help.
And then Swallow Avenue, is that a 1 mile stretch or?
Yeah, it's a short diagonal mile. It's just kind of a leftover piece from antiquity when the road went a different route in the past, and it was something that's just never been. Nobody ever cared enough to request it to be abandoned. We didn't care enough to pursue it. But since
Anything along it?
there's one house is on there. Their driveway actually ends right at the end of Swallow where it connects to the next gravel road. So they would just have a additional part of their driveway in there. They'd have to change their addresses and everything. I talked with that homeowner myself. Actually, I talked with her son. I talked with her a little bit, and they're all for this. It's just he works very odd hours, and it's nearly impossible to get a hold of him during the time I'm awake. So it's difficult to get stuff from him. But yeah, I talked to him. I did finally find a day where we could talk. They're on board with doing this.
The last thing I have, unless was how'd we come out on the bridge inspections this year?
We had to close 3 structures and then 2 other ones that needed some pretty urgent repair on them. We did repair on one of them. We're going to replace the second one that was identified or terminally here.
All those off the top?
I would have to, I can email them to you. I don't know off the top of my head.
I hadn't heard anything yet that, correct me if I'm wrong on the WHKS inspection, so.
So I'm hoping that the one that's just north of Rockwell, that's on the Level B road, I still think we're going to do that internally. I'm waiting for permitting to come back from the Corps to know what we're exactly allowed to put out there. And as soon as we get that, we'll start getting materials ordered. That's probably going to cost us, I guess, about $50,000-$60,000 to replace that one to get it back open. The one that's on the west side of Lark is a pretty long bridge. That one's going to be significant cost. We'll have to put in this project to get done. So it'll take a few years to get replaced.
I saw the claim the other day and that's what triggered it. I thought, well, I hadn't seen the report yet. So
The crazy thing about that is they have to re-rate. They changed the vehicles that are allowed to go on the secondary road system versus the primary system. So all of our bridges had to be re-rated for a different type of vehicle. So that particular cost didn't have actually anything to do with inspections, but it's covered under inspection services when they're just re-rating all our bridges in the county. I think they're not quite done yet with that. So there'll probably be a few more of those ones trickling through.
to keep us up to speed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. Right. Item number 7,
So this is our Thrush Avenue paving project. It goes from 190th north to the Mason City city limits. This project is one we got federal aid for. So it'll be an 80-20 split. So 80% of the project will be federal and 20% will be from counties. This project came in, we had one bidder. It was, it came in at, well, it came in from Heartland Asphalt, sorry about that. And it came in at $2,263,026.48. The engineer's estimate on this project was $2 million. So it is 13% over what my engineer's estimate was. And that is almost exclusively to do with binder prices. So the cost of the asphalt material went up. So the whole project went up. So I guess I would still recommend that we move forward with this. I think rebidding it is kind of rolling the dice, and I don't think it's worth the gamble to hope to get a better price in a month or two. I think we move forward with this. I do think, I can't talk to the contractor how we signed documents, but before the project letting was even done, Harlan did express an interest in possibly getting it done this fall before the winter time comes in. So that might be something we see in the immediate future if we.
Can I get a motion for items A and B?
I move to accept the low bid and on A, and then B to approve the chair to sign the contract.
Second.
Motion second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item C needs to be a resolution.
Resolution 2026, number 60, authorizing engineer to sign the documentation and Doc Express.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the resolution is adopted. Anything else, Brandon?
No, I think that's it for you.
All right, item 8.
Looking at the report from Public Health, I see no major changes in the manure application as presented, so I would move to approve and forward on that.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I would adjourn.